Welcome to Tecmo Tuesday, and welcome to week number 7 of the NFL season, the Detroit Lions season, the 2008 season. 2008 Detroit Lions season. Shit. Week 7. And this week we've got the Houston Texans. This matchup right here between the Lions and the Texans was... Now, I don't know how... By the time this episode launches, what the playoff situation looks like. I know that both these teams are definitely in and everything, but I don't know if maybe the injuries will happen or anything like that. This was my preseason hopeful for the Super Bowl matchup because neither team has won. Neither team has even made it to the fucking Super Bowl. And especially the Lions, who've been around forever and ever and ever, have never made it to the Super Bowl. They only made it to one conference championship up until last year. They finally made it to the conference title game and almost won. Oh, we're playing right away here. So yeah, they've been around since the dawn of time, pretty much. Houston, they've been around for like 20 years now. At this point, they've been to about half as many. They've had about half as many of seasons as they have had seasons not in the league, more or less, but more or less. Anyway, it's like, so I would have loved to see that matchup. I think it's a good matchup too. So at this point, I'm sure it's still technically possible because Lions are, clearly the favorite in the NFC up to throughout for a while now, and the Texans, while they've been kind of up and down, are they're definitely getting in the playoffs because the AFC. Maybe not the matchups of the seeding, but the teams that are getting in are pretty much been wrapped up for a while now. And like I said, when this is being recorded a few weeks before the episode actually gets released, so I don't know what the hell it's going to look like, but they'll still have a chance for that matchup to happen. Anyway, there's a game going on right now. Here I'm talking about real-life football, which I try not to do because, like I said, I try to record episodes and get them in the can, ready for, try to get ahead of the game in case I absolutely, for whatever reason, an emergency or technical issues, I can have episodes ready for release in advance. And I can't talk about the current state of football when it's not the current state. Oh, safety? Almost. Paris Lennon, he has to be the team leader in sacks. And it's a pick. I've had a couple of these user picks this year. That one was a diving pick. Going for it all. Oh, and no, Calvin Johnson was covered. I know that he looked open there, but that was only because the defender that was going against him ran over to the other side of the field. That should be it's definitely a first down. Oh, here they come. Here come the bastards. I'm going for the pass 1, the safest pass in the book, because I can check it down, or I can throw it to gains. That's mainly who it's where I mean, I don't know if who's the primary is supposed to be in that play. They don't give you one, but for me, it's always gains in the middle of the field is the primary target on that play. Oh, no. I've been, you know, running with him a lot lately. Well, shit. Alright, well. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely putting in Calhoun, but I'm actually going to put Bell in as the primary running back because he's got 3 runs in the playbook for him. Calhoun, who is actually, since he's returning kicks, I'll put the furry in. He's pretty slow too. McDonald? Yeah, he's a better option. Hayden Bell, he's been a good running back for the team too. He can carry the load today. Hopefully we get Smith back next week. I don't know what the maximum shit. That was a good rush on there. I didn't wait too long to make that kick. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us. Oh no, are you kidding me? Oh shit, I thought he was gonna get a first down. That was still too much. I mean, it wasn't like it was gonna be a safety, but you know, I thought we were gonna pin him way the hell back there. Oh, they fucking knocked me down, and now guys are diving and getting knocked on their ass. Come on, guys, catch up to him. Eventually, don't dive, just catch up to him, you fucking retards. Although I fucked up too. We all fucked up. Now we're paying the price. Oh, McDonald, off the bench, comes in for a return and takes it down to the 26 or some shit. Nice little move there, 1st and goal. Let's give these running backs a break. Answered it right back. I didn't check to see. And that guy was rushing in there again to try to block that kick. He's got some steam. I didn't check to see prior to the game what Houston's record was and what their situation looked like. I try to get in that habit, especially later on in the year. But like once a few games are in, you start to at least see how good the team is in general. Because like as kind of like a template for how good they are. Because you know, a lot of shit can happen. You could be unlucky. You could lose a lot of close games. A lot of like games that come down to one final play or two, and you just come up short, or vice versa, and you win those kind of games. Or you get injuries. There's like a lot of different, you know, it's not as simple as you're as good as your record. at the end of the day, the wins and losses is the only thing that matters. But you know, really gauge how your opponent. You can't just look and say, "Oh, you're 1-4, you suck." Sometimes there's a good reason for that. Like you're not paying attention to the fact that there's 37 seconds left in the half, while you have a 13-point lead, and you're trying to make sure that they don't score any more points, and you're too busy talking about, you know, the standings and shit. All right, we got a rush there. Dwayne White with the sack. Now it's 3rd and a mile. And a sack by Darby, Chuck Darby. They should have just let the fucking time tick. Do you really want to get this punt off? And it's funny when they call timeouts, too. I know that it's Tecmo, AI, and all that. Just go out of the back of the end zone. I don't even want to return this. That was interesting. You don't really see the touchback lead right into halftime like that too often. I don't know why I found that intriguing. It just seemed like, I don't know. But whatever. We get the ball here to start the 3rd quarter. And we have a chance now to take a commanding lead. Which would be big because it's like the way this game is flowed doesn't sound like a word. The way it flowed. But it isn't flew. That's a different, you know, past tense word. It flowed. The way the game has flowed. Not flown either. But I'll tell you what did fly or flown is fly. You got Roy Williams flown into the end zone for a touchdown to give us that commanding lead that we were talking about. Not, you know, the game's not over, not by any stretch, especially when you have guys diving in to try to make crazy extra point blocks after every single touchdown. But, you know, there's just a lot of time left, and there's enough time, even in Tecmo. You know, there's 8.5 minutes left in the game. Crazy shit can happen, and a lot of times it does. We've seen it happen so many times in this game. Whether or not there's been a 20-point comeback in like the last quarter and a half of a game, you know, I mean, I'm sure it's happened in Tecmo before. I don't think it's happened in any of the games that I've played. Sure, you know, I don't know. There's been comebacks. There's been crazy shit. So I don't rule anything out. Like a fumble right there and a return flips the whole fucking game. And there is oh, the Miko Ryans. Saying, how do you do? Oh god, here they come. And there's Megatron to... He's been quiet for a while. But they came in, they sent the house, and as a result, he was there, and... You know, a lot of things, like, right there, they broke through the line, and it looked like they were gonna stuff us for a loss. Popcorned them, and then the next thing you know, it's a gain. Or not a gain, it's like back to the line of scrimmage. But that's a gain when you look at what could have happened. Oh shit, are we gonna get this first? We got the first on the blitz, had to throw it like immediately. And wow. Crazy that worked. Alright, going into the fourth, let's just make sure nobody else gets hurt. Let's make sure that we don't fuck anything up and give them a chance to come back here. like by fumbling it, for example. Thankfully, I was near the end zone, and I did doing a little shimmying there, so, you know, it's like I could have been away from the sideline, and that ball would have, if that would have been in the field of play, easily recovered by the defense, because nobody else on our team was near it. And then instead, we score a touchdown and put the game away. You know, I'm surprised that this game has gone the way it's gone, after the way it started. And that guy right there is kind of the MVP of the Texans right now. He's just diving up there. He's had one block, one close to a block, and on every other touchdown, he's at least in the vicinity where he might get a touchdown, get a blocked kick. Problem is, even if he did block every single one of these kicks, it'd only be 30-7 instead of 34-7. So, you know, that wasn't gonna make a big difference. But he's definitely been the workhorse. He's out there busting his ass, getting through there, trying to block an extra point that doesn't fucking matter. Those are the kind of guys that would win the All Madden awards. And we got ourselves a fumble. That's the kind of shit that happens when things aren't going well. They're not going well, and they continue to not go well. We've seen it plenty of times on our end. The game goes tits up in a hurry when you're pretty much. It almost seems like it's predetermined that you're gonna end up with all kinds of shit like that happening. Yeah, it seemed like early on, you know, it was 13-7, and we just haven't looked back since we scored that touchdown to answer that one back and make it 20-7. With a sack. I mean, I don't know why you call timeouts now. It's 41-7 with less than 2 minutes left. Just call it a day, dude. Again. Excuse me. Blitz. Nice block. And they're going for it because, you know, they want us to score another touchdown. You don't give up. You know, you gotta go for it. There's nothing really else you can do. But, you know, you really didn't have to call timeouts. Just, like, try to go home at this point. Don't get anybody hurt. Lunatic. Try to get Calhoun a touchdown off the bench. Come on, it's a first down. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna let you know, don't even try to do anything with it at that point. 41-7, just a complete team win. It's crazy to think that we ran for just as many yards as they did. In fact, individually, Chris Brown had more rushing yards at 84. We did have Smith go down, but still, they had one touchdown, one first down. They didn't get anything going passing-wise. Schaub had more interceptions than completions. And, you know, they just couldn't get anything going through the air. They had that one good drive, and I thought, like, okay, if we see more like that, it's going to be an even matchup. But they never could do it again after that. So, just a dominant performance by the Lions. A good day overall, except for the injury. That's the one thing that sucks. A lot of times, a bad injury like that can overshadow, a great win. So, Vikings beat the Bears. The Saints beat the Panthers. The Colts lose to the Packers. Ravens lose to the Dolphins. The Cowboys beat the Rams. The Jets lose to the Raiders. Broncos lose to Patriots. The Seahawks beat the Bucks. 49ers beat the Giants in overtime. Steelers beat the Bengals. Browns beat the Redskins. And that is the end of the week. We move on to week number 8. We're at more or less the halfway point. I mean, it's going to be our 7th game because we had the bye already. But we're getting toward that halfway point. Next couple weeks, that's where we'll be. So we've got Washington, and I think the Redskins are, they're kind of like in the mix. They're in the mix, but not looking great at 3-4. Meanwhile, at 5-1, still 2 games over everybody. And we're all, as long as we keep winning, we'll always be at least 2 games up over everybody. Rest of the NFL, let's see how it looks. Patriots, the gap is closing a little bit. 4-2. Actually, what am I talking about? It was the Bills that were on top of that division to start with. And the Patriots are climbing back up. So it's starting to look more like what we thought it would be. Browns are 6-0. Surprised about that one. Steelers are 5-1. And Ravens 2-5. What's going on with them? The AFC South is kind of like the opposite of the NFC South, where no team has a winning record, but everybody's in it. Just a lot of suck. Chargers are 3 games ahead of everybody in the West. They might as well just sell the 2008 division winner T-shirts right now. Cowboys, and then, like I was saying, the Redskins, they are a game behind Dallas, so it's a big game for them next week against us. And then, of course, we're ahead of everybody else by at least 2 games in the North. Saints are still undefeated at 7-0. Panthers at 4-3, and Bucks at 4-3 are 3 games back, and they're above 500. Kind of crazy. And then Cardinals are 2 games up in the West at 5-1. Another strong team. Look at that. Everybody in the North, between the North, South, and West, have division leaders with only 1 loss each or less. Then you got Dallas over there on the other side that are, like the quote-unquote weak link of division leaders at the moment. Whereas you got the Titans that are the AFC equivalent of that. So that's it for this week. We'll kick it back up next week where we take on Washington, and we'll see if we can keep this winning streak going. It's been going pretty well. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.